financially support bands and release and promote their music. There are currently 4 major labels which are often referred to as the Big Four. These labels are Sony Music Entertainment, the Warner Music Group, EMI, and the Universal Music Group. Traditionally, the major labels have held all the power in the music industry, and the band would have to sign a deal with one of the Big Four in order to gain success. However, the advent of the internet has taken some power away from the majors and allowed smaller independent labels to achieve more success. For example, the Arctic Monkeys have achieved great success despite the fact that they are signed to an independent label. The first department we're going to look at is the A&R department. A&R stands for Artist and Repertoire, and they represent the link between the artist and the label. They're responsible for finding artists and then getting them to sign to the label. They get to work closely with artists on things such as finding producers to record their album, a studio in which to record, and even choosing songs to put on the album. The department is the marketing department. Now, the marketing department are in charge of many things, including advertising the albums and singles that the artist is releasing, making sure their songs are being played on the radio and on the appropriate station. For example, some bands may be more suited to be being played on Radio 1, whereas some may be more suited to Radio 2. They also do things such as arranging for magazine articles and interviews to be printed around the time of the release of singles and albums. Labels have had more and more need for a new media department to promote their artists. This department deals mainly with creating an online presence for the artist through an official website, a MySpace page, and pages on other social networking sites such as Twitter and Facebook. They will create these pages for the artist and also ensure that they're kept up to date with any news regarding the artist, any tour dates, and any other relevant information. They also deal with creating music videos for the artists. With the rise of the internet, there's been much debate over whether artists actually need labels to be successful. For example, in 2007, Radiohead released their album In Rainbows as a download without the help of a record label and allowed fans to pay whatever they wanted for the album. This gained them much publicity and the album sold very well even upon a full physical release a few months later. However, Radiohead was previously signed to EMI Records, which is a major label, for 6 albums before the release of this album on their own. This meant that they already had a well-established fan base which they built up with the help of a major label. This throws into question whether an unknown band would be able to achieve the same level of success if they did a similar thing.